lots of angles to check, and they got punished for it every single time pretty much. So as we head into map number 3, we haven't really lost any of these big name signed orgs yet in this open qualifier. Everybody seems to be moving on, kind of doing their job so far, but T1, they looked like they were kind of on the ropes after map 1. Map 2 shows a different side of them, and what do you think we're going to see in map number 3 breaking?
Well, kind of going back to your point about how headshot percentages, as you quoted, more of a puggy team. No disrespect to them, but it seems that their team more recently formed. They are very good players, though, when it comes to shooting heads. They're most of them, if not all of them, former Counter-Strike Go players, as we mentioned. So Icebox, not necessarily a map for them there. And then when it comes to strategy, right? Like, obviously, yeah, T1 just had the better strategy. We're going to Haven, though, a map that's been in the game since the beginning. It feels like this idea of, like, they should have enough of a strategy, if anything, on offense, especially that they can rely on their dueling and they're getting headshots and winning these duels here, especially playing aggressive at points, too, that'll be to their advantage. So I truly do expect a much, much, much more closer game here in Game 3. Despite that very lopsided loss there in Game 2. I don't think that was a momentum shift necessarily for T1, as more it was really just that was their map. That's why they picked it, and they showed why in the end.
Yeah, definitely. And it'll be really interesting to see how they approach the defensive side on Haven, since that is where T1 does start. On Ascent, we saw them basically giving up both A and B sites almost freely every single round to HSP, and Haven has 3 sites to potentially give up. So maybe the agent select screen will give us a little bit more information about what to expect. We see that T1 has picked up the Omen, the Sova, the Breach once again for Skadoodle, Curry on the Cypher, and Spider once again on the Jet, seemingly stepping into this full-time Jet op role for T1. On the side of HSP, we've got a Phoenix sighting as well as a Raze, so 2 duelists coming out for them, joining the Cypher, the Omen, and the Sova as well. Exalt getting off the Jet for the first time this series and picking up that Raze. Certainly Boombot, as well as the explosive nature of Raze's abilities, have quite a bit of value in places like Garage and retaking sites like A.
Yeah, so a little bit of variation here when it comes to the agent picks. You always like to see that too. You really pointed out the Phoenix Raze compared to the Breach Jet over there for the side of T1. But yeah, certainly the Phoenix and the Raze bring their own advantages. But that Breach Jet, we also saw on Ascent. Again, both teams happen to have that combo. We specifically saw more from HSP. It is a very deadly one when done in coordination. And a team like T1 with Skadoodle and Spider in this case, you certainly expect that. The flashes come out from Beach, the timing from Spider in this case to then jet on out and go for set kills. We'll be they more so will be looking for those opportunities plenty, I'm sure. But here we go. I mean, Elevated, again, this is I feel almost nervous for a team like T1. Like I said, they got knocked out early in the first open qualifiers. Here they are in the second one, and it's realistic if they don't really up their game, this could be another early knockout here in these open qualifiers.
Yeah, certainly could. I think we could even glean a little bit of information about which way this map is going to go from the pistol round, as RNG based as it can sometimes be. Maybe another aggressive push. Oh, huge blind from Skadoodle and some right clicks to follow up. Nosy will be the first to fall for HSP. Automatic also reinforcing on the B side with the Frenzy.
They're hitting A.
Yeah, they just charge through B over towards A, but they run directly into Spider, who cleans up 2. Miniature, though, doing some work with the Ghost, but needs to do a bit more as he is down a player.
Oh, and Deja's just like, all right, free kill. I'll take it right there. Yeah, interesting strategy from HSP. The idea of, first up, going B. If you're going to go B, maybe the pistol run is the best, sure. But then the running on through. And they didn't really check the going into A. It's almost like they expected them to be somewhere else for some reason. Seemed odd.
Yeah, I mean, you would expect rotations to be coming in from the side as well, but maybe just looking to just keep it rolling, just get that momentum. They obviously did not feel comfortable trying to clear out Skadoodle from the back of the site. So changing up their attack location, hoping that the Dazed and maybe Curry had flanked down A long or short, and they would find the site open, but they did not.
Well, it's not going to deter HSP from buying up guns, though. They got Stingers, even a Spectre in hand for Nosy. Obviously, he got killed that right click kill from Skadoodle early on, so he's looking for revenge, and they're going to go the same strategy, really. They're going to charge into B early.
He just flashed 3 of his teammates, by the way.
Oh, ouch.
But T1 falling off the site.
Yeah, the bomb is in garage, so it's actually not in B, even though B's wide open right now. But Exalt finds Skadoodle. They got another elsewhere on Curry. However, Automatic is able to take out Exalt. Makes it another trade. We're down to 2 versus 2 now. But the bomb finally planted in C. 4 headshot percentage. Josh RT teleporting away. Or that was actually the other one. But point is, they're going to stick together in garage, and they're going to move together, try to flank them. Oh, this could work out beautifully.
It really could. You can see that T1, they're checking their angles, but they have no idea where the pressure's coming from. Josh finds the kill in Automatic, and Spider is alone. He's going to try and get half at least before the pressure comes in. Oh my god, the transfer Jason shooting the box. There's no penetration on the Spectre or the Stinger, really. And might have been enough to save Spider's life there.
I thought for sure it was like, okay, he's gonna get 1 maybe, but there's no way he gets both of those right. Yeah, that transfer, beautiful. We're gonna see the replay, of course, here eventually. You see Automatic land a nice kill there on Exalt, and again, good teamwork trades after trade. But how about this? Spider deflect the transfer just enough. The 1 bullet flying over the box, hitting Sova, and getting the kill to get the defuse. Oh, T1, that's I feel maybe a little lucky about that one, but ultimately they get the win 2-0. Now starting in their favor, HSP, they're going to be on the save now.
Yeah, they are, but they do have not so much firepower to contend with on side T1 either. So they're going to run it a little slower this time, it seems.
Exalt found Curry, by the way, with that headshot on the Sheriff. And then we saw the knives out as well from Spider for T1. But HSP really seems to like this this B area, specifically the grass, a lot more than most teams. It feels like a lot of teams stay away from that, usually try to work towards C or go along A sewers. But as I say that, they're going to go up to garage and long C, and they are going to take the site. So it's going to be a free take for HSP, and now T1 kind of takes us back to Ascent a little bit, where they played a bit more of the retake strategy.
Yep. Yeah, I think especially once they lose a player, they're pretty much all in on giving up the site, grouping up as the remaining players, and then trying to make some sort of coordinated effort. But it can be kind of tough to do on Haven sometimes. The sites are relatively hard to retake. So there are so many angles to hold from. And right now, T1 being gunned down, but Daze finding a shock dart as well as a Stinger. Nosy killing Skadoodle, but Daze finding a third. Oh! The classic versus the Marshall in long. How is he still alive? Daze wants the ace.
But it's going to be a bomb. It's going to explode. Yeah, so he gets the ace, but it's like, okay, are you really that happy if you're Daze? He's going to go in and, well, he's like, Marshall, do I really want this? No, not really.
Not after that display from Miniature, certainly not. About 6 Marshall shots missed in a row, but yeah, I mean, HSP gets their first round in a pretty chaotic fashion. They will be able to buy up, while T1, heavy economic damage, gonna be on a save. So this could be an even game by the end of this one if HSP is able to punish the economic advantage that they have.
Yeah. That's big. Yeah, that definitely is big. So we'll see what headshot percentage. Again, as I was pointing out earlier, they really like to take over that grass. Really, all these rounds so far, but this time around, they're not necessarily going to do that. They are expecting maybe some aggressive play from T1. They probably understand that T1's also playing economic game, so they could go very aggressive with something like Frenzy, Stinger. Not the case though. T1 is playing pretty passive in the end. Curry, he's checking out C, and we're going to check out from that sweet angle. HSP sending a drone up long C, and they're going to start walking up.
There they go. Going to nade the back site. They haven't checked the corner where the Cypher is playing. Curry. Awfully sneaky over here. Uh-oh. Exalt finds Automatic with a Paranoia out, but Curry's been able to find one on the backside. Will be eventually taken out by Nosy. Exalt outguns Skadoodle. And T1 once again in retake formation with only 2 players remaining. Spider gonna have to do a lot here with the Stinger. We saw it once already. This is a bit tougher of an ask, but does find Nosy before going down to Exalt, so making it expensive for HSP to hold the site.
And they do have Hunter's Fury, so HSP, yeah, they're going to go long. I mean, their Dazed really doesn't have a chance here. With the Hunter's Fury, worst case, they have to use that to stop this diffuse. So he kind of has to play aggressive at this point. He can't go for a fake of any sorts. The arrow's gonna come out and it will tag him. Yep, he's gonna be tagged, so now they know. He's like, all right, what do I do? Let's diffuse, stick the shock dart, get a headshot. And no, he's trying. He's just faking with them. He knows he's gonna lose this round. He wants to kill them. Oh, almost flicked.
He's gonna try and keep them in range to die to the blast, but will not be able to as Exalt falls back with Jaesung. And 2-2 is the scoreline now. So 1-1 in terms of maps, 2-2 in terms of rounds. We have an operator on the board for Spider.
Look at the ultimates, though. Jeez. All 5 ready for HSP, 0 on the side of T1. And that's the point I wanted to make, actually. Daze, he used the Hunter's Fury early on in that round, and it got a kill. But again, the fact that they were behind in the economy there, that's extra crucial now. They lost the round at the end. Again, no ultimates to work with against the 5. This feels like T1's in a very tough spot. Automatic. He'll start us strong, though, for T1.
Yeah, taking out the run it back. That's pretty huge. Obviously, one of the best ultimates at opening up a site. Now not available for HSP. Gonna make their way over towards A with the Cypher on Lurk so far. Spider is holding down A site with the operator. Dazed as well, watching the short angle, and Miniature now starting to make some progress up C, but he is walking towards the camera. So T1 not fooled by anything so far. Dazed will drone into A short, looking for some more information. There's a Paranoia out, not hitting anybody from Josh RT, and he's going to take a peek, decide otherwise.
Yeah, that always looks funny. The operator's just like lining up on it. It's like, are you really going to commit to this? No, you're not. Just wanted to see what was going on. Another kill happening, and HSP finds himself down to 3 players. Like I was saying, this round started with 5 ultimates against nothing, yet T1 is the one that has the advantage right now. And headshot percentage is going to swing all the way back to the C site, where it actually looks like they are going to get a free plant. Skadoodle, he's going to blast them off the plant spot, or try to at least. In the end, it's not going to do so. And Josh RT will get it down. So they get the plant. Curry, though, a nice swing there on a Jaesung. And he finds Josh RT. So it's up to Miniature to do as much damage as possible.
1v5 will find one. Going to walk directly into Spider, though, with the operator and go down. But, you know, I have to... I'm no expert. I'm just a guy who yells about video games here. Sure. But I have to question giving up the plant credits every round. Surely that should be punishable to some extent, right? You're giving them extra money to work with. You're making their eco rounds a little bit stronger. You're giving them potentially an extra rifle round over the course of a game. I would imagine it's not optimal, but what do I know?
I like how that's how you end it, but you know, I don't know. I think it's definitely a valuable point. I think it really comes back to, though, it's like, if you're winning the retakes, then, you know, sure, continue to do it. It is a valuable strategy. You keep going back. Yes, you are giving up a little more credits, but it certainly has its reasons for doing so. And this game, it feels like it has been working out, at least, especially that round. But yeah, we'll continue to keep an eye on it as this half develops. It's now 3-2 favoring T1, but HSP, they have taken over that field once again there in the middle. Dazed, he's waiting for somebody to peek. Didn't see him right there. Exalt does have his rocket, but yeah, the shock dart's one hit. He's down to 35 life. Kill that sentry, and Dazed is gonna get the shot, and he's gonna run away.
Yeah, it really seems like HSP is losing a little bit of steam here. They are getting picked off first in a lot of these rounds, which is giving T1 a player advantage in a lot of these scenarios, making the takes harder, making the retakes easier. Miniature goes down to Curry, taking out Skadoodle.
3 versus 3. They're gonna get Curry's gonna get some detection here with the neural theft. He has an idea of where they're at now. Spider is checking his angles, watching for that garage. Automatic, meanwhile, checks out window, and Josh RT is not liking his teammate right now. He thought he had his coverage right there. In fact, Jaesung also goes down. Nosy is finally able to get automatic, but now Nosy in the smoke. He's him up top, but he turned away, took out his gun at the last second, and that's a defuse for T1. So make it 4-2. Now T1's favor, but I'm guessing headshot percentage will be back to doing a full buy this round, as that looks to be the case. Operator still in hand though for Spider.
Yep, absolutely. I think crucially, Nosy has been off the board early, and the last couple of rounds, despite having this run it back, they haven't been able to burn it, which means that the Phoenix is not making any more progress towards another one, and also he hasn't really been able to get them any free information. You know, it's one of the crucial parts about that ability from Phoenix is that not only can you get kills, but you get tons of information. You can push people off sites by yourself, and really need to get value out of this if you're going to pick this agent.
Oh, long A. You see right there, Flash is ready from automatic. Courier, they're ready to peek together. They see a drone coming out. Now they see them, or hear them at least, perhaps making a move. Jae-Sung.
Curry punishes, though, takes out Exalt, protecting automatic's positioning. I don't think the drone made it there. So
No,
this is
didn't.
definitely still a pretty good angle. You know, the jig is probably up.
Oh, the coverage, though, from Josh RT. The trades work in favor of HSP, so they did have a good idea still, despite not exactly seeing him. Either way, detection now coming out this time from HSP, and that will be a plant into the A site. Dazed, he's just going to throw out some shock darts, hoping to hit, do some damage from the heaven, but another retake play for T1.
Yeah, run it back was used, though, pretty early for Nosy, and didn't find any real information or kill value out of it. Skadoodle has the Rolling Thunder, he's lining it up.
Oh man, he dash on through, Gilman goes down, but Nosy does find Dazed, and not only missed the right click, he's flashed the whole time. Spider finally busts the right click with the classic there, but it's still winnable for HSP. Nosy gonna be up to it and blast it out. He got the kill on Spider, the box kill, the chase from Skadoodle though. The molly play, it's not gonna hit. And the defuse is definitely in time for Skadoodle. It is somewhat close, but not close enough. T1 5-2, as that was a climactic finish right there.
Yeah, that was one of those spots where he goes for the molly, because if he does hit that lineup, I think he buys them enough time, since both players for T1 were low enough to die to it.
Sure.
That they potentially win that round, but ultimately gets swung on as he's tossing out the fireball. And that gives just enough time for Skadoodle to defuse the spike, which means that T1 up 5-2 with 3 rounds in a row and plenty of momentum on their side now. Nosy and crew for HSP having to cobble together a buy here. Once again, you see a Guardian, there are problems. There's a Guardian on the side of HSP.
Well, you see a Huntress Fury from Jae-Sung. He's swinging around, not going to hit anyone, I don't believe, with any of those shots. But that also kind of gave them a good idea that C's open, and it is. They are going to take it for free. So once again, the T1 strategy of playing for the retake. Nosy, he's had it behind the box like they know. Counter Huntress Fury, Dazed, he's shooting his out, but from what we see, that's not even close to hitting anyone. And now how does T1 execute from here? Again, all 5 are still up. Bombs ticking away. Got to do something. They do have a rocket on the side of HSP. There's an early trade. There's a rocket pulled out from Exalt. He sees a couple spawn.
Oh, he whiffed!
Missed! He went for fault. He got none. The ultimate whiff right there. Skadoodle is able to get the kill on Josh RT with the classic. We got a 2 versus 2. Exalt, he's holding on the bomb. Going up and down. The boom pack is not enough, but the headshot from Jae-Sung. 1 versus 1. Sova on Sova action.
Shock dart action.
The shock dart. He's got this. Jae-Sung has this. He's going to get the round victory for HSP. What a round again. Dazed ends up dying as well to the bomb explosion. Big round for headshot percentage.
Yeah, that was big. I mean, that was all about the trades there in the garage area. And somehow Exalt doesn't die to the operator and instantly headshots Spider with the stinger at like 40 meters, which is not supposed to happen. Didn't even ADS for it. I mean...
Oh,
getting chaotic, and that's what we wanted to see, Breaky. This is what I am here for.
Yeah, well, this is the game 3 that you hope for. 5-3 lead for T1, but certainly both teams understanding what is on the line at this point. Aggressive teleport, meanwhile, from the Omen for HSP. Making his way up middle, following that drone. Josh RT sees that nobody's in there currently, at least in the front line. But again, B's not necessarily a site you're looking to hit often on offense. As Dazed, he gets a frenzy kill on Miniature running on up. Exalt will trade on Spider. But we do see T1 is in that safe situation themselves.
They are. Smoke will dissipate in mid. Josh RT with this advanced position. Kind of being held down by Skadoodle. Who's going to blink first? Who's going to make the first aggressive move out into the open? HSP going to try and capitalize on this by forcing T1 to rotate through mid, perhaps, or even just taking the site themselves. They have 2 flashes to work with as Nosy makes his way forward. Will be counter flashed by Skadoodle and gunned down before Josh RT gets the trade. That is huge for Skadoodle.
Yeah, T1's putting HSP on the back foot now, definitely. You can tell HSP are feeling a little panicked. They are going to make their way yet again back to C, though. They are going to get a plant off. Now can they hold? I'm guessing T1 has picked up a couple of guns here at least. Started as a save round. Now they're able to battle a bit more effectively. Curry, he's being patient in garage. Gonna wait for his teammates to hit that long C spot in Dazed. Has a recon. Got to think that would be coming out sooner than later. Oh, Sova's also hiding in the cubby here, though.
Yeah, but he's going to potentially, if he had recon, that would have been bad. Daze finding the timing there. Oh, Exalt actually kills Daze through the smoke. Josh RT kills Curry as well. Suddenly things are not looking so good for T1. Automatic advancing forward with this Phantom. Has just enough time to maybe make a play, but will not be able to. Exalt gets a 3rd kill in the round. And now HSP closing in on tying this one up. T1 able to buy, though.
Yeah, so again, that's actually a good point. T1, that was a save round, so considering, really not that bad in the end. But it goes back to another big round we have here. 5-4 lead they still have. HSP trying to tie it up, though. Spider with the operator. Spider looks like he's going to play from mid, initially at least. I don't think HSP has been doing a lot of window checking, though, so as long as that continues to be the case, should avoid that operator early on at least. Nice scan there. Get some information for T1, but not much to work on. Jae-Sung, he's creeping up. He's just like, waiting for that moment. Is he going to drone this? Looks like it.
He's expecting something. Be a little fishy there. We'll find the operator right off the bat. With that drone, doesn't get a ton more information, but that's pretty useful at this point. Josh RT has made his way into short. Actually, is going to continue pushing forward. He's going to find Daze with his arm out. Oh no, so many deaths while people are in the middle of their utility usage. Here comes the run it back.
Operator gets the kill, but of course he's going to respawn. And here comes that plant. Skadoodle gets miniature, though. That was all the way in garage area, actually. As Miniature was trying to play some flank. Skadoodle, he snuck it out, though. Or sniffed it out is what I was going for. Skadoodle has Rolling Thunder, too.
Yeah, it's huge for retakes. There is an Omen flank as well. So 3 players for T1 trying to make their way in from the defender's spawn.
Here we go.
Looking for some sort of pinch. There's the Rolling Thunder. Spider dashes forward. Hasn't found anybody yet. Exalt with the ultimate. Not finding anybody either, but does get Curry. And Skadoodle.
Yeah. Automatic flanking, though. You got one, but the bomb's ticking away. Spider, he needs his teammate here now. He's not going to be there in time. Exalt got a 3rd. And the round victory for HSP. We're tied at 5 apiece. I gotta say, Elevated, honestly, I think a lot of that round victory had to do with their positioning, setting up on defense, or more so HSP after they bomb planted, mainly because they were aware that the Rolling Thunder was ready. If they were in that hell area, more towards that spawn area, that's a bad spot to be when that Rolling Thunder comes out. You know, they can rush you down pretty quickly. They were pretty much all either long or sewers, so they could not really get to them, even though it hit them. They couldn't really get to them in time to make a play.
Yeah, it almost actually helped the 2 players that were in that A-short sewers area. They got pushed farther back into cover to recover from that concussion. And HSP looking to build on this momentum. They're running it down A as quickly as possible. Some flashes and utility slowing them down for now. Spider finds the first kill before going down to Jae-Sung. Miniature trying to gun down, but Jae-Sung finds another. Daze trades out as well. Very chaotic as T1 trying to recover the site, but Jae-Sung finds a 3rd.
T1 did not play retake. This time
they certainly did not.
They were not afraid to fight this time. They definitely did give it their best effort, but now automatic. With a stinger and a hope and a dream, it's just going to be shut down altogether. As Nosy was holding that angle perfectly. So that's now 6-5 leading for HSP. What is that? That's 4 rounds in a row. Yeah, it was 5-2 at a point. Now it's 6-5 at shot percentage. T1, how do they find their footing here? They're going to have an operator once again for Spider. Miniature has one on the other side, though, playing that Cypher. I don't think we've seen too much operator action from him. I think he played it on the stage a couple times last game, but either way, he's got it. And also Odin picked up by
For
Nilsy.
the
All right.
Phoenix. For the Phoenix. 4 ultimates are available for T1. It is worth pointing out. They have the Hunter's Fury, the Neural Theft, the Blade Storm, as well as the From the Shadows. Just trying to show off my game knowledge there. Give me some props. Thank you. Did they actually end up buying the Odin? Because Nosy has a Phantom, so I don't think
I guess not. He probably sold it at the last second. Yeah, tricking us right there. Unfortunately not. Or maybe they didn't, he just brought. That actually might be possible, because it is the last round, so not 100% sure. Either way, we got a trade here, as Curry will kill Josh RT after he ported in. Taking out a teammate.
Off the site to some extent. Day's going to pull up the Hunter's Fury. Here comes, oh, nice snipe from Miniature, taking out Curry as well through the blazing wall of lightning or whatever it is that Sova shoots.
Tunnel of lightning. More appropriate, maybe. But either way, Neural Theft 2, so some detection. And T1 down to 3 players, as this is going to be a long C hold for HSP. Yeah, and with Hunter's Fury. It's like, this is not a round T1 should win right now at this point. Well, start strong.
And that's the operator off the board for now. Hunter's Fury does come out. Exalt in the cubby. Be a little careful not to eat too many of these shots. Jaesung finds Daze, though. Here comes the spam onto the spike. It's being potentially stuck by Spider, but the shock dart will clean it up. And HSP cleans up the first half with a bunch of rounds in a row, ending it 7-5 now as we flop over to the defensive side for HSP and T1. Where do they go from here?
Well, the Ice Block map, they were very impressive. We keep reiterating that. That's why they just stomped HSP, was because of their offensive strategy, their attacking strategy on that map. Do they have similar ideas, similar strategy to bust out here on Haven? That's the big question right now. But I go back to, I mean, this is just much more comfortable of a map for HSP specifically. It allows them to duel more effectively. That's where they have arguably an advantage even at certain points against a team like T1. Again, these are all 5 great players despite being a team formed for this event. And round of 64, single elimination. Here we go, our second half of our final game. This is what you play for.
Absolutely. Miniature buying a Sheriff on the pistol round. A little odd, but actually hits Spider through the smoke there. Take the Jet down to half HP. T1 going with a little bit more of a default strategy here. Perhaps expecting HSP to continue their aggressive ways, but HSP switching it up again. How long will their patience hold? This is a team who seems to always be raring to go. They're revving their engines. They're ready to take off, but it depends on whether T1 gives them the opportunity to do so.
Well, they kind of did right there. They start falling back, and now Exalt's pushing up. Oh, Dazed got one on Miniature, but Exalt is able to connect and kill Dazed. In the response, going to upgrade that pistol of his. Meanwhile, it's a B play for T1. Do they go to A with this? They do. They are going to swing around to A again, planning B. Just not usually ideal in most situations. They're going to swing to A, and now Exalt. He's watching his flank, but as we can tell, that not necessarily is something he needs to be watching right now. They are going to plant in the site. It is a 4 versus 4, but how about this flank? Automatic. You might rotate around the backside of HSP as they're looking to retake the A site now, but Exalt. Oh, turn and headshot. Clean. Beautiful.
Absolutely, and that definitely busts things wide open. Exalt going to be able to pinch in as well. Finds a 3rd kill onto Spider. That's another big Sheriff headshot. Oh, and Josh RT finds the flanker and automatic Skadoodle alone against the crowd, and he will go down to the Frenzy. Going to be an easy defuse for HSP, extending their lead 8-5 now.
Uh-oh. 8-5. One step closer. In this case for headshot percentage. Do they force buy? If you're T1, you're down 5-8. Somewhat of a close game still. You force buy here in the second round.
This is sketchy if you do, right? Because we keep seeing it. If you lose this force buy, then you're on another eco round, and then you're getting close to those double digits if you were to lose that one too. They are going to buy up here. I mean, you can't win playing scared, right?
Yeah.
That's not a competitive way to win games. So they
No,
are
yeah.
going to buy up and play to their aim, play to their advantage, try and steal the momentum back. But this is certainly pivotal if HSP is able to take this round.
Yeah, to that, it's like that's why I was kind of asking the question. I don't think there's a wrong answer. It's just you are going a little bit more the risky play potentially, but of course it could pay off big time if you pull through with the win right here. So here we go. Very important round, as well they all frankly are. But drone scout from Jae-sung, he sees one there. I don't think he really saw anyone else. It's a mark on a jet. Dazed. Scout himself up sewer. As Flash is coming in, they're going to be hitting it as T1. Jack gets killed immediately, though. Miniature's there to hold.
Oh, Spider was shooting the tripwire right when Miniature swung on him. That's pretty costly, losing the jet as well as using a flash to get him there. Now the flank through middle. He's being watched by Exalts, and he's got the nade out. Gonna push forward as well, actually spams down Curry, pulls out the Sheriff. No luck this time around as Automatic gets the trade, but T1
now you're stuck in B. And knows he's charging in. He just runs down Automatic there. Skadoodle goes, this is what I was saying. Now you're stuck in B. You just do not want to be stuck in here going for a plant. It is such a tough site to hold in a case like this, especially. And now it's up to Daze to
is like,
try
screw you guys. Well, you gotta put me in the situation, man. I'm gonna look so bad to Twitch chat.
They're all hiding. Oh, well, no, not too
or
bad.
Or not. Hey, I'll take one. I'll give him some props for that.
Nice shot, but ultimately it's HSP winning. And, well, to your point, you're going over elevated. That's, again, no wrong answer. It was a risky move, but it does not pay off. So now T1 is going to have to likely do a bit of a save here. As you see, that's how the round started. It's Spider just getting caught up by the tripwire, and Miniature was able to take him out quickly. And how about this Nosy just running down Automatic in the back there as well. So, but 9 to 5 is what we're now looking at. You see the buys. They got some Sheriffs and Frenzies. T1, though, pretty poor this round.
Yeah, absolutely. Dazed even more poor as he loses half of his HP pool there. Gonna have to be clean with these Sheriffs if they want to get any value out of this round at all. Aggressive play by Spider with the Frenzy. Long range against the Spectre, gonna lose that duel as Miniature takes him out. Josh RT takes out Curry as well, and this one's looking dead before it even started. This Cage providing nice cover for Miniature to play around. He gets flashed once again.
Gosh, flash lasts forever, man. Yeah. Feel them.
Sunglasses, man. Skadoodle trying to make something happen with all his utility, but he has been flanked. Exalt has the angle. Automatic now being pinched from all sides. Will go down as Miniature finds a third kill. There's that double digits I was talking about. HSP doubling the round total of T1 for now, and we'll finally get to see a buy from the attackers.
Yeah, and similar to that ascent map as well, look who's on top for headshot percentage. It's Exalt, 18, 9, and 5. He played Jet in that one. He had a pretty horrible game 2, as frankly most of HSP did. But game 3 certainly showing back up as the whole team is. And that is scary news for T1. But it's 10 to 5. The buys are out. No ultimates, though, currently for T1. But Exalt's got an ultimate. Oh, my God, he goes fast. Zoom out. He gets stunned there. He goes for the quick rocket on the box. Nobody there, though. At least he gets a tripwire.
That was a clutch tripwire, actually, because otherwise he continues to advance forward, continues to get more information, potentially even fires a rocket off with accuracy. So big Cypher play right there from Curry. Spider able to open up a site in the meantime, and it's going to be a pretty easy one for T1, it looks like. Automatic guns down Jae-sung as well.
All right, T1. All of a sudden, 5 or 3 are dead, and we got a 5 versus 2. Nosy. He needs to check. Oh, we get spotted there by the camera. Cypher is nearby. He's gonna peek as he's taking off. No, Curry sits back, and they're gonna play the econ damage game now. He's HSP. You know this is a lost cause.
Yeah, every gun matters to T1 right now.
One enemy remaining.
Curry will find the shots there. Exalt, final remaining member. As you said, leading the way in terms of kills. Would love to get a couple more here. Take a couple of those rifles off the board. Make T1 buy them again. Keep their economy low. but he will
shot,
not.
Curry.
Flawless.
Yeah, it's always crazy to me when rounds like that happen, where again one team they're not struggling, but obviously HSP has been playing very well. They're up 10-5, and then they get a flawless round in favor of the team that's behind. But obviously it could happen, and T1 played that round very well. A couple of picks that they had towards A, but really it goes back to, as you pointed out, with the play of Exalt going aggressive there along C with the rocket out, but that tripwire caught him in place and prevented him from going any further and having a chance there. So beautiful round for T1, make it 6-10, but there are buys again for headshot percentage, of course.
Yep, including an operator for the Cypher. There is a Rolling Thunder though, so one of the better counters to the big sniper is available for Skadoodle, and T1 currently stacked up over towards A, although now rotating back into default, trying to find some information. We might see a little clash here in front of the garage as Josh RT pushes out. Has a bit of an off angle, finds the shots onto Curry, looked away at just the wrong time, and now T1 4 against 5. They need a pick. They need to find some way to open up this site.
Exalt's ready for a challenge. Yeah, good stun though. That's actually a good stun coming out from Skadoodle. Automatic gets miniature, but Nosey's hiding. They didn't know the peek from Exalt as well as they go for Nosey. Beautiful teamwork from headshot percentage, and now Spider is walking back with his teammate Dazed behind him, figuring out how do they handle this situation now. Bomb is down in the field. You got 3 players nearby from HSP. Good luck dealing with this one. This is tough.
Yeah, and you almost have to try, right? You're so close to the end of the game.
30 seconds left.
Don't want to let them go to 11 here, but you almost have to because it's just such a lost cause. Nice shock dart. Nosey can try and heal up, perhaps. Spider able to pick up the bomb.
The wall
Spike.
allowing him to pick it up.
One enemy remaining.
But Josh.
Yep, Nosey will clean it up. I mean, 11 rounds for HSP. T1, what's their economic situation? They're going to be able to get another full buy, but this is it, really.
Yeah. This is a grim situation right now for T1, but obviously, as you mentioned, another full buy going to be coming into play. It's a matter of how do they use that. Round started off fast and strong with Exalt peeking mid there, got the initial kill, and then good teamwork from there on the side of HSP. So T1, what does the strategy involve? Again, they're going to check towards long A. We might have a duel at the long A spot, as you got Phoenix and Raze on the other side peeking it. They want that orb control. Spider, though, he's holding it.
Might get flashed here. You can see the Phoenix holding it behind the little pillar. He's one away from run it back as well, so they're really going to fight for this. He's going to wall, try to go for it. Spams come through. I mean, this has become the biggest point of contention. Who cares about any of the other sites right now? It's all about this ultimate orb control. Nosey will be pushed back.
Miniature.
So look over here, guys.
I thought that teleport might have been going right into him for a second, but no. Behind the wall. Yeah, Skadoodle's following up the drone. Rolling Thunder. He's pulling it out as if he wanted to use it, but second guessing. Here we go again. So it's going to be an A hit. Not really hit anybody. Curry's there to hold or get the initial shot. Spider also finds Nosey. And Josh RT is going to hide in heaven, but T1 is able to take the site now. The neural theft.
We'll find
scouting
him
where they're at.
30 seconds left.
Shock dart kill. He got the
nice
shock dart kill on the
shock dart.
default there. Ace goes down.
Just delaying it, allowing the rotations to come in, perhaps. Spider gets gunned down as well.
Oh.
Skadoodle dying from fall damage. What?
One enemy
No
remaining.
way. Skadoodle. Oh, I got the kill right there. As a
Oh, we
result,
got the
but
kill for fall damage.
Either
yeah.
way, it's a 1 versus 1 now. He's trying to find that corpse. He finds the corpse, gets the information. Miniature trying to do what he can. Oh,
Curry fires,
finds the
but it's
shot,
a
though.
little too early. Curry able to find the kill and secure the round. Crucial round for T1. Lots of economic damage done to them by the side of HSP, but both teams should be able to full buy once again. Actually, HSP going to be lacking a couple.
What are they at? It looks like, yeah, for the most part, good. Spectre in the hands of Miniature. Light armor on
Yep.
Exalt, but not the worst things ever. As they're up 11-7 right now.
Three
Run it
ults.
back is ready. As is Huntress Fury. But yeah, 3 ults on the other side too, so certainly going to have impact this round. A big offensive flash. Very aggressive push. Josh RT, there's a run it back. They want to get some kills early. Not going to happen though. Exalt, never mind, he does find a kill. He gets two! Great headshots there from Exalt. 2 are dead. And T1's playing on their back foot.
They are. I love the way that HSP is comboing their abilities together, because that push was timed perfectly with the landing of the recon dart to allow them to push through the smoke and the blind like that. Automatic will find Minster on the backside of things, opening up C, but there's another player here. Automatic out-dueling Jaesung. That's big. T1 pulling this one back, 3-3 now. Not a ton of utility left.
Automatic's planning. Spider, he's also got a decent angle here. They might not expect this. They're definitely not expecting this. You'll see Phoenix, a free kill. Now they know. But the damage already done.
He's gonna fall back, but he's falling back into Josh.
One enemy remaining.
Oh!
Quick rotation. Exalt gets the third kill. Uh-oh. T1.
Curry.
Bring around the Rosie. Oh, and he misses.
Exalt, the clutch again. You know when they're moving like that, they're feeling good once again. 12-7. Match point favoring HSP. This is it. Your T1, big organization, etc. Expectations are high. They got knocked out early in the first open qualifiers a couple weeks ago. They're on the verge of being knocked out in the round of 64 against a solid team, but still, this is T1 we're talking about.
Yep, this is T1. I mean, to be fair, they have not had a whole lot of time to gel together. They switched around their roles once again. So it is a building phase for them, but you would have to imagine with the caliber of players that they have, with the org behind them, this is not acceptable to go out in the round of 64, even against a team that, like we keep saying, is a very skilled group of guys, lots of tack shooter experience. HSP, I mean, they look good. They're playing fairly one-dimensional in terms of their aggression, but their utility usage together has been exceptional. They really, really, really have been abusing their abilities in terms of chaining the blinds together, using it to get space on the map, and punishing T1 for playing the sort of fall back and bend don't break style that they are very, very well known for at this point.
Yeah. It's and again, I go back to, even I'm feeling nervous for T1 right now. You got to imagine the expectations and the pressure on them, but man, you signed to a big org. It's there for a reason. We know that these 5 players are certainly great players. But yeah, a headshot percentage coming to play today. Exalt 23, 11, and 6.
Get out of my way.
Is this it? T1 7-12. What do they do with this round now? They're working more towards C. Smokes down from Omen. Automatic creeping on up. They have Huntress Fury as well as the Jet Knives. I believe I heard those come out. So, Spider, knives are ready. Nice take out the dart. They're going C hard. Huntress Fury blinding in the back. Skadudo found Josh RT initially. Another Huntress Fury tick. Not going to hit, but Spider, he gets nosy. So the site easily taken in the end from T1. And now they just need to hold against the 3 of HSP.
And they get some guns for their trouble as well. Jason gonna look for some information with this Hunter's Fury. Curry, though, gets 2.
Yeah, got them running at him as he takes the sacrifice there. He's like, yeah, I'll gladly take that trade at that point. So the drone's gonna spot, but Jason, you ain't winning this one, buddy. And yeah, honestly, the credit situation, you don't want to get too crazy here. I understand you're probably excited, but still not a game you've won yet. Nope. Hello, Dart.
Hello. See you later.
Yeah.
Gonna casually walk away from the explosion that is to come. T1 hunting, they want this Phantom. They need more economic advantage going into the next couple rounds. Automatic will find it.
Who? 8-12.
It's a big deal, and you got to imagine T1. They're they're breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. Obviously, they didn't lose the game, but they also did a good job of hunting down the last players. They got themselves maybe a little bit more breathing room, because you can see the buy for HSP not looking too hot here. This is kind of one of those areas where the momentum can start to shift. And yes, they are facing match point. This is all the marbles on the line for T1, but this is also a moment where they can seize control of this game.
Curry takes out Exalt, who once again, I feel like we've said this before, gets a little too aggressive there. It's almost like T1 can expect it, but especially on a safe round, even more expected. HSP trying to be a little clever though. Find some kills, take away those rifles. As Phoenix also pushed up. A Spider is now holding that long A. May have a chance on Jason soon. Just checking that orb real quick. Nosey's like, all right, I guess I'll make the long way around, but Spider gets Josh pushing. Shock dart damage and the spray in heaven. They get the kill on Jason, and now it's just Phoenix.
Just Phoenix. And he does find a stinger, but
Spike planted.
I don't even think there's enough bullets in a stinger to kill 5 people, if I'm being perfectly honest. If you have, I actually don't think there's enough ammo unless you just only hit headshots.
Nosey's like, just wait and see. Okay, well, maybe not. Dazed takes him out, and a very clean round there for T1. So yeah, cool, calm, and collected right now. That's what you got to be if you're T1, because now here we go back into a gun round. Exalt has that ultimate, the showstopper, and the last time I feel like he had that, he did that charge up long C. That was crazy. He is not there this time, though. Instead, he's heading towards A. I wonder if he's going to go aggressive with it this round, though.
Yeah, I would imagine not. So we see this tiny axe for Dazed being pulled out. But, you know, this is a pretty crucial round for HSP. So I think they're going to play a little slower. Maybe try to get some utility pulled out of T1 before they make any sort of play. Of course, they do live and breathe the aggression, but at some point you got to kind of play the thinking man's game, especially when you are on the verge of eliminating T1. Both teams playing it slow for now.
But as you say that, all of a sudden headshot percentage is like they're on attacking. They're just trying to push up here in the sewers. See Breach checking that spot to the left, making sure nobody's hiding there. Finds out that's to be the case. No one is, but they're certainly very interested in A. It looks like more rotations coming this way, and we are going to see a clash very soon at this point. Drone.
Yep. Rolling Thunder is available, so the timing of this is going to be incredibly important. Paranoid comes out a little too early. Skadoodle able to take out Nosy.
Exalt, though, he got Spider in the side. Josh RT, he's still holding. They know he's here, but he's keeping the push back, so he's doing his job. He gets the headshot on Skadoodle.
Rolling Thunder is not
Exalt. Showstopper, he got the kill on automatic. Is this it? T1, it's down to Dazed. 1 versus 3. The nade, he has to avoid that damage. The bomb is down in the site, though. How do you win this if you're Dazed? It is so difficult. He takes a shock dart. He's waiting for Cypher. The shoulder, he saw it. Can he find this shot? They're holding
full angles.
He only has
13 seconds. There's
gets
no
one head.
way.
He can't get the second, and Miniature with the kill. HSP headshot percentage takes out T1 in the round of 64. Single elimination. T1 is done yet again early than expected, but all the credit to headshot percentage. How about that? Beautiful performance from them, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, they're